In Hinduism, the time around 3:40 am is often linked with deep spiritual significance, and the precise phenomenon that occurs at this time can be understood through the lens of both cosmic cycles and spiritual practices. While there may not be a universally agreed upon event at exactly 3:40 am, there are several reasons why the period around 3 am to 4 am holds deep importance in spiritual traditions. This time is often referred to as the Brahma Muhurta, meaning the auspicious time for meditation. Let's explore the factors that explain why something phenomenal might happen around this time according to Hinduism. 1. Brahma Muhurta, the auspicious time for spiritual practices. The period from approximately 3 am to 4 am is known as the Brahma Muhurta, and this is often regarded as one of the most spiritually potent times of the day. The term Brahma Muhurta translates to the time of Brahman, the supreme reality, and it is considered the best time for spiritual practices such as meditation, prayer, and mantra chanting. There are several reasons why this time is considered so significant in Hindu spiritual traditions. Purest energies. According to Hindu cosmology, the spiritual energy of the universe is most aligned during this time. It is said that during the Brahma Muhurta, the sattva, the mode of goodness, dominates the mind and environment. This is believed to be when the forces of tamas, inertia, and rajas, passion, are at their lowest. Because of the absence of distractions, the mind is naturally more calm, pure, and receptive to higher consciousness. Vibrational alignment. The vibrations of the universe at this time are said to be aligned with divine consciousness. The atmosphere is believed to be charged with spiritual energy, making it the ideal time to connect with the divine and engage in deep practices like meditation and prayer. The life force energy, is said to flow most harmoniously at this time, helping spiritual seekers focus more deeply. Rituals and sadhana. Many Hindu spiritual aspirants wake up during the Brahma Muhurta for practices like sadhana, spiritual discipline, japa, mantra repetition, yoga, and meditation. It is considered a time of high purification and inner awakening. The mind is at its most receptive, making it easier to achieve deep meditative states and communion with the divine. 2. The transition between night and day. In Hindu cosmology, the period between night and day holds a unique significance because it is considered a time when the influence of the material world is lessened, and spiritual forces are more prominent. This time, being in the twilight phase, is seen as a liminal space, a threshold where the physical world is still in the process of shifting into the waking state. Cosmic influence. At the moment when the night gives way to the day, cosmic energies shift from the subtle, night, to the gross, day. Hindu texts like the Upanishads suggest that the transition from night to day is a moment when the invisible and unseen forces of the cosmos are in a state of dynamic equilibrium, making it a time for spiritual practices to be most effective. Time for reflection. Since this time is traditionally quiet, the period from 3 am to 4 am is ideal for inner reflection. It is said that this is when the Atman, soul, which is always connected to Brahman, the Absolute, is more easily able to detach from the material world and connect with its true nature. 3. The power of the sunrise, rising sun and solar energy. The time leading up to sunrise, which includes the period of Brahma Muhurta, is considered spiritually powerful in Hinduism because it is believed that the rising sun brings a wave of solar energy, which is often associated with divine awakening and illumination. Surya, sun god. The sun is one of the most important deities in Hinduism, worshipped in many forms, most notably in the Surya Namaskar, sun salutation, and the Gayatri mantra. Surya is considered a representation of the Supreme Being and the source of life and spiritual knowledge. During the Brahma Muhurta, the sun is in its most subtle form, and its rays are said to have healing, purifying, and energizing effects on the mind and body. Solar prana. As the sun rises, it is believed to infuse the environment with positive solar vital energy, which has a powerful effect on both the physical and spiritual body. Practicing spiritual disciplines during the Brahma Muhurta makes one more receptive to this divine energy. 4. The role of sound and silence at 3:40 am. The period of 3 am to 4 am is also a time when the world is in stillness. The quiet atmosphere is said to enhance the effects of spiritual sounds, especially mantras, prayers, and chants. This stillness is considered a form of spiritual purification because it allows for deep internal focus and minimizes distractions. Sound frequencies. According to sound therapy in Vedic teachings, certain sounds and mantras vibrate at frequencies that align with the cosmos. At the early morning hour, when the world is quieter and the mind is more peaceful, these vibrations are believed to be more potent, facilitating deeper connection with spiritual realms. Time for meditation and prayer. In Hinduism, certain prayers and mantras, including the Gayatri mantra, are most effective during the Brahma Muhurta. The practice of chanting or meditating during this time is said to bring about rapid spiritual progress, as the individual is able to tap into the stillness and high vibrational energies of the environment. 5. The significance of the fourth chakra, Anahata. Another explanation rooted in chakra theory is that the Anahata chakra, heart chakra, is most active during the early hours of the morning, specifically around the Brahma Muhurta. The heart chakra is closely connected with universal love, compassion, and spiritual awakening. Heart and spirituality. According to Hindu and yogic traditions, the heart is the seat of spiritual wisdom and the center of divine consciousness. When the body and mind are still and not distracted by external stimuli, there is a better flow of prana through the heart chakra, making it an ideal time for invoking spiritual awakening or deep connection with the divine. 6. Astrology and the cosmic clock. From an astrological perspective, the early morning hours, especially around 3:40 a.m., are linked with planetary alignments that influence human consciousness. The time between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. often corresponds to the influence of certain planetary periods, dasha, and nakshatras, lunar constellations, which are considered ideal for spiritual practices. Planetary alignments. According to Vedic astrology, the positioning of planets during specific times affects both the material and spiritual aspects of life. At the Brahma Muhurta, the cosmic influences are believed to support the spiritual progress of individuals, making it an optimal time for awakening the higher consciousness. Conclusion: the spiritual phenomenon at 3:40 a.m. In Hinduism, the period around 3:40 a.m., falling within the Brahma Muhurta, is a time imbued with spiritual significance. It is considered a time when the mind and body are most attuned to the cosmic energies, and the individual is most receptive to spiritual practices. Here are the key takeaways. Cosmic alignment. The time between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. is considered a period when spiritual energies are at their peak, making it ideal for meditation, mantra chanting, and introspection. Inner peace. The stillness and quiet of the early morning hours foster deep connection with the divine, purification of the mind, and heightened awareness. Energy flow. The transition from night to day, combined with the rising sun's energy, supports the activation of spiritual energies within the body and mind. Astronomical significance. The time is also linked to favorable astrological and lunar influences, which support the awakening of higher consciousness. Therefore, whether one experiences a specific phenomenon at 3:40 a.m. or not, the spiritual practices performed during this time are believed to have a profound effect on one's spiritual journey. The phenomenon, in essence, is the spiritual awakening and connection that can take place at this auspicious hour.